So I packed everything I owned in 4 hours while they were at dinner, and I didn't leave a note. I know that sounds cold, but let me back up. My name is Emma. I'm 27, and until 3 weeks ago, I was living with my dad and my older sister Vanessa in a house in the suburbs of Phoenix. On paper, I was renting a room for $2,200 a month. In reality, I was paying the entire mortgage, all the utilities, most of the groceries, and funding what my sister called her influencer career. I'm a marketing analyst for a tech company. I work remotely, which apparently my family interpreted as Emma doesn't have a real job, so she can do whatever we need. The master bedroom in my dad's house has the best natural light and the quietest corner of the house. That's where I'd been working for the past 18 months, ever since my mom passed away and I moved back home to help dad adjust. The agreement was simple. I'd pay $2,200 a month for the room, and that was supposed to cover my share of everything. Except the mortgage was only $1,800 total, and somehow I ended up paying for internet, the security system, the family cell phone plan, and replacing Vanessa's groceries every time she forgot her wallet at Target. But I told myself it was temporary. Dad was grieving. Vanessa was a single mom with 2 kids under 5. I was the responsible one, the one with the good job and the stable income. Family helps family, right? That's what I kept telling myself. Until the Thursday afternoon when everything changed. I was in the middle of a client presentation. Big one. We were pitching a campaign to a consulting firm that could mean a 6-figure contract for my company and a promotion for me. I'd been preparing for 3 weeks. I was sharing my screen, walking through the deck, when I heard it. Vanessa's kids screaming in the hallway outside my door. "Liam, give it back! Mason, stop hitting your brother." Then Vanessa's voice. "Boys, Mommy's trying to film content. Go play outside." The door to the master bedroom, my room, flew open. Liam, age 5, sprinted in holding what looked like a toy dinosaur. Mason, age 4, chased after him. They started wrestling on the floor, 3 feet from my desk. On my screen, I could see the clients exchanging looks. "I'm so sorry," I said, muting myself. "Boys, you need to leave right now." "But Mason took my T-Rex." "I don't care. Get out." They ignored me completely. I unmuted. "I apologize. Can we take a 2-minute break?" I ushered the kids out and closed the door. Took a breath. Went back to my presentation. 5 minutes later, the door opened again. Vanessa walked in with her ring light and her phone on a gimbal. "Hey girl," she said to me, then turned to her phone camera. "Okay, besties, so I'm doing a try-on haul and I need the best lighting in the house, which is obviously in here, so I'm just gonna borrow my sister's room real quick." I stared at her. "Vanessa, I'm on a work call." "Oh, I'll be quiet." She set up her ring light next to my desk and started positioning herself. "No, you need to leave. This is a client presentation." She looked at me like I'd asked her to donate a kidney. "Emma, don't be dramatic. I have 1,000 people waiting for this try-on. This is my job. This is my job. And this is my room." The client I was sharing my screen with coughed politely. "Miss Rodriguez, should we reschedule?" My face burned. "No, I'm so sorry. Give me just 1 moment." I muted again. "Vanessa, get out. Now." She rolled her eyes but picked up her ring light. "God, you're so selfish. You know I'm trying to build my brand." She left. Slammed the door. I got through the rest of the presentation on autopilot. When it ended, my boss messaged me privately. "Everything okay?" "Yes, family emergency. Sorry about that." "No problem. Good work today." I closed my laptop and just sat there, shaking. Then I heard voices downstairs. Vanessa and my dad. "I'm just saying, Dad, Emma acts like she owns this house. Well, she does pay rent. $2,200 a month to use 1 bedroom? That's ridiculous. She's making bank with her fancy tech job. Meanwhile, I'm trying to run a business and I can't even use the good lighting." I walked downstairs. "Vanessa, I was in the middle of a presentation that could have gotten me promoted. You interrupted me in front of clients." My dad looked up from his newspaper. "Emma, don't you think you're overreacting? She was just filming a video. A video for her 1,000 followers? While I'm trying to secure a 6-figure contract?" Vanessa crossed her arms. "See, Dad? She thinks her job is more important than mine." "Your job?" I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Vanessa, I've seen your analytics. You make maybe $200 a month. I'm paying for your kids' health insurance. Because you offered. Because you asked and I felt guilty saying no. My dad stood up. Girls, that's enough. Emma, I think you need to calm down. I need to calm down? Yes. You're being hostile. Vanessa needs support right now. Her divorce was hard on her. Her divorce was 2 years ago, and she's been living here rent-free ever since. She has children to think about, and I have a career that I'm trying to build, in the room that I pay for. My dad sighed, the way he always did when he was about to say something he knew I wouldn't like. Emma, I've been thinking. Vanessa needs the master bedroom. I felt like he'd slapped me. What? The lighting really is better in there. And she's trying to grow her business. You can work anywhere with Wi-Fi. The garage has plenty of space. The garage. I'll help you move your desk this weekend. Vanessa was smiling. Actually smiling. I looked at my dad. At my sister. At the house my mom had loved, that I'd been paying to keep afloat. And something in me just broke. Not into tears, into clarity. Actually, I said quietly, I don't think I will. You don't think you'll what? Dad asked. Move to the garage. I'm moving out. Vanessa laughed. Oh, come on, Emma. Don't be dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. I'm being smart. I'll be out by the end of the month. My dad's face changed. Emma, you can't just leave. We have an agreement. We do. And I've been paying you $2,200 a month. According to Arizona rental law, that makes me a tenant, which means I'm entitled to 30 days notice, which I'm giving you right now. June 30th is my last day. I'd looked it up during my lunch break. After Vanessa had interrupted my presentation, Emma, let's talk about this, Dad said. There's nothing to talk about. I'll have my rent for June to you on the 1st, and then I'm done. I went back upstairs to the master bedroom that I'd apparently been foolish enough to believe was mine. I opened my laptop and started searching for apartments. The satisfaction I felt should probably have scared me, but it didn't. It felt like waking up. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept running the numbers, 18 months since I'd moved back after Mom died, $2,200 a month in rent. But the mortgage Dad kept saying he couldn't afford was only $1,800. So where was that extra $400 going every month? I pulled up my bank statements. Then I started adding mortgage overpayment, $400 per month times 18 months, $7,200. Internet and cable that was included, but I was paying separately, $180 per month, $3,240. The family cell phone plan in my name, $150 per month, $2,700. The home security system I'd set up and paid for, $60 per month, $1,080. Groceries. God, the groceries. Vanessa would come home with $200 worth of organic snacks and grass-fed beef and oat milk, and when I'd ask her about it, she'd say, "Oh, I thought you were getting groceries this week." I estimated $600 a month on food I wasn't eating, $10,800. Then there were the emergencies. Vanessa's car needed new tires, $800. The AC unit broke, $3,500. Dad's credit card got declined at the pharmacy, and could I just cover it this once? $400. Vanessa's kids needed new shoes, new tablets, new backpacks, new sports equipment. I added it all up, $31,400. In 18 months. I'd paid $31,400 to live in a house where I wasn't respected enough to work without interruption. I closed my laptop. I wasn't sad anymore. I was done. The next morning, I texted my best friend Rachel from college. Can you help me move? And can I borrow your brother who's in law school? She called me immediately. What happened? I told her everything. Emma. Oh my God. I know. No, I mean, oh my God, I'm so glad you're finally getting out. I've been watching this for a year and biting my tongue. Why didn't you say anything? Would you have listened? She had a point. Rachel, I need to ask you something. Legally, can I get any of that money back? I don't know, but Justin might. Let me call him. 20 minutes later, I was on a 3-way call with Rachel and her brother Justin, who was in his 3rd year at ASU Law. Okay, Justin said. Walk me through the rental agreement again. There isn't one. Not in writing. Did you pay by check or Venmo or anything documented. Venmo, every first of the month, $2,200 to my dad. And the other expenses? All in my name or on my credit cards. I have statements for everything. Justin was quiet for a moment. Emma, this is actually pretty straightforward. You've been overpaying significantly, and you have documentation. In Arizona, you can file for reimbursement in small claims court for up to $3,500. But if you're looking at $31,000, you'd need to go through regular civil court, or you use the threat of court to negotiate a settlement. What kind of settlement? You'd need a lawyer for that. But based on what you're telling me, you have a strong case for financial exploitation. Financial exploitation. The words hung in the air. Let me ask you something, Justin said. Do you actually want the money back, or do you want to be done with this situation? I thought about it. Both. Then here's what I'd do. Document everything. Every Venmo, every credit card statement, every receipt. Make a spreadsheet. Then you sit down with them and you show them exactly how much you've paid. You give them a choice. Either they acknowledge it and agree to terms, or you file in court. What kind of terms? That's up to you. Maybe they pay you back in installments. Maybe you forgive the debt in exchange for certain conditions. But the point is, you have leverage. They just don't know it yet. After we hung up, I spent the entire weekend building the spreadsheet Justin had mentioned. Every transaction, every expense, every dollar. By Sunday night, I had 23 pages of documentation, and I had a plan. Monday morning, I called a real estate agent and looked at apartments. I found a one-bedroom in Tempe for $1,100 a month, unfurnished but clean, safe, quiet. I put down a deposit. My move-in date was June 15th. I didn't tell my dad or Vanessa. Tuesday afternoon, Vanessa knocked on my door. Hey, so I was thinking, since you're moving out anyway, could I start using this room now? I really need to film my summer fashion content, and the lighting is so much better in here. I looked at her. Vanessa, I paid rent through the end of June. This is my room until June 30th. God, Emma, you're so rigid. It's just a room. Then use literally any other room in the house. She huffed and left. That night at dinner, Dad brought it up. Emma, I was talking to Vanessa. I really think it would help her out if you could move to the garage a little early, just until you find a place. I found a place. I move in June 15th. His face went pale. June 15th? That's next week. Yes. Where? An apartment in Tempe. How much? $1,100 a month. He put down his fork. $1,100? Emma, you're paying $2,200 here and you get a whole house. I get a room that I can't work in without being interrupted, and I'm not paying $2,200 for a room. I'm paying $1,800 for your mortgage, $180 for internet you all use, $150 for your cell phones, $60 for security, and $600 a month in groceries I don't eat. The table went silent. Vanessa's eyes narrowed. Are you seriously counting? Yes, Vanessa, I'm counting. Because apparently I'm the only one who is. Family doesn't count, Dad said quietly. Family also doesn't exploit each other. But here we are. I stood up and went back to my room. The next day, I rented a U-Haul. I asked Rachel and 2 guys from my work if they could help me move on Friday. They said yes. Friday morning, Vanessa was taking the kids to their dad's house for the weekend. Dad had a golf game with his retired friends. The house would be empty from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Perfect. I'd already packed everything important. My clothes, my documents, my mom's jewelry that Dad had stored for me. At 9 a.m. sharp, Rachel pulled up with the guys from work. Let's do this, she said. We moved fast. My desk, my chair, my monitors, my clothes, my books, my kitchen supplies that I'd bought, the coffee maker I'd purchased because Dad only had a broken mister. Coffee from 1,995. By 1 p.m., the master bedroom was empty except for the furniture that had been there when I moved in. I took photos of everything. The clean room, the condition of the walls, documentation that I'd left it exactly as I'd found it. Then I did something I'd been planning all week. I went through the house and took photos of every device connected to the internet I was paying for. Vanessa's laptop, Dad's tablet, the smart TV, the Ring doorbell. Then I sat down with my phone and started making calls. The internet company. Hi, I need to cancel my service. The account is under Emma Rodriguez. I see you have a bundle with cable. Are you sure you want to cancel everything? Yes, please. End of service June 15th. That's today. I know. Okay, you're all set. Your final bill will be credited back for the unused portion of the month. Second, the cell phone carrier. I need to remove 2 lines from my family plan. Which lines? I gave them Dad's and Vanessa's numbers. And you want to remove them effective when? Today. They'll lose service immediately. I understand. Third, the home security company. I need to cancel my monitoring service. Can I ask why? I'm moving. Will the new resident want to take over the account? No. Okay, we'll send someone to pick up the equipment. You're paid through the end of June, so service will continue until then, but no monitoring. I hung up. Then I logged into my bank account and stopped the automatic payment for the utilities that were in Dad's name but charged to my credit card. Finally, I called the one service I was keeping, the grocery delivery subscription. Hi, I need to change my delivery address and remove all saved locations except my new apartment. No problem. What's the new address? I gave it to them. By 2 p.m., we'd loaded everything into the U-Haul. I walked through the house one last time. I felt nothing. No sadness, no nostalgia, just relief. I locked the master bedroom door from the inside, climbed out the window, and closed it behind me. Let them figure that out. Rachel drove the U-Haul. I followed in my car. At my new apartment, we unloaded everything in under 2 hours. The guys from work left. Rachel stayed. How do you feel? She asked. Like I can finally breathe. She hugged me. I'm proud of you. That night, I ordered pizza and sat on my air mattress in my empty apartment, and I felt happier than I had in 18 months. My phone was quiet. Too quiet. They hadn't noticed yet. Saturday morning, I woke up to 17 missed calls. Dad, 6 calls. Vanessa, 11 calls. I didn't answer. At 10 a.m., Dad called again. I let it ring. He left a voicemail. Emma, I don't know what's going on, but the internet isn't working and my phone isn't working, and I need you to call me back right away. I deleted it. Vanessa texted from what must have been someone else's phone. Emma, where are you? The Wi-Fi is down and I have a live sale in an hour. I blocked the number. Sunday, the calls intensified. Monday morning, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. Emma, this is your father. I had to get a new phone because mine stopped working. I need to talk to you immediately. This is an emergency. I didn't respond. Tuesday, they showed up at my office. My company has a front desk with security. The receptionist called me. Emma, there are 2 people here asking for you. They say they're your father and sister. Please tell them I'm in a meeting and ask them to leave. They're being pretty insistent. Then please call security. 5 minutes later, my boss came to my desk. Emma, is everything okay? Security said they had to escort your family out of the building. My face burned. I'm so sorry. There's been a family issue and they're not respecting my boundaries. Do you need to take some time off? No, I'm handling it. She looked concerned but nodded. Okay, but if you need anything, let me know. That night, I got an email from Justin. Subject, draft settlement agreement. Emma, based on what you told me, I drafted a settlement proposal. Look it over and let me know if you want to move forward. I opened the attachment. It was a legal document outlining everything. The overpayment, the documented expenses, a total of $31,400. The settlement offered 2 options. Option 1, full repayment in installments over 3 years. Option 2, complete debt forgiveness in exchange for 3 conditions. 1. Mark Rodriguez and Vanessa Chen agree to never contact Emma Rodriguez again except through legal counsel. 2. Mark Rodriguez refinances the house solely in his name, removing any potential future claim that Emma contributed to the mortgage. 3. Both parties sign a notarized letter acknowledging the financial exploitation and releasing Emma from any further family obligations. I read it 3 times. Then I called Justin. This is perfect. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes. Okay, I'll serve them tomorrow. Wednesday afternoon, Dad called from yet another new number. This time, I answered. Emma, finally, we need to talk. No, Dad, you need to listen. Check your email. What email? The one from Justin Chen. Attorney at law. You and Vanessa have both been sent a legal notice. Silence. You're suing us? I'm giving you options. Read the document. You have 48 hours to respond. Emma, you can't be serious. We're family. Family doesn't exploit each other for $31,000. $31,000? He sounded genuinely shocked. That's ridiculous. It's documented. Every dollar. Check the attachment. Bank statements, credit card bills, Venmo receipts, everything. Emma, please. Can we just talk about this in person? You had 18 months to talk to me in person. You had 18 months to treat me with basic respect. You chose to prioritize Vanessa's ring light over my career. So no, we communicate through attorneys now. Emma, I hung up. Thursday, Vanessa called. Emma, what the hell is this legal document? You're actually trying to get money from us? I'm trying to get back what I paid. You offered to help. I offered to pay $2,200 in rent, not to fund your entire lifestyle. Oh my God, you're insane. Read the settlement options, Vanessa. You have until Friday at 5 p.m. to respond. We're not paying you anything. Then I'll see you in court. I hung up. Friday at 3 p.m., I got an email from Justin. Emma, they want to meet. Tomorrow, neutral location. I'll be there. Are you ready? I thought about the master bedroom with the good lighting. About the client presentation Vanessa had interrupted. About every grocery run, every bill, every time I'd swallowed my frustration because family helps family. Yes, I'm ready. Saturday morning, Rachel drove me to the coffee shop where Justin had arranged the meeting. Dad and Vanessa were already there, sitting in the back corner. They looked terrible. Dad had circles under his eyes. Vanessa's hair was in a messy bun, no makeup, wearing sweats instead of her usual influencer outfit. I sat down across from them. Justin sat next to me. Rachel stayed at a table nearby, close enough to be visible but far enough to give us space. Dad spoke first. Emma, please, this has gone too far. I didn't say anything. Justin opened his briefcase and pulled out a folder. Mr. Rodriguez, Miss Chen, my client has documentation of every expense outlined in the settlement proposal, bank statements, credit card bills, Venmo transaction history, receipts, and screenshots. The total amount of $31,400 is accurate and legally defensible. Vanessa's eyes filled with tears. Emma, I can't believe you're doing this to us, after everything Dad did for you. After we took you in when you needed a place to stay. Took me in? I couldn't help myself. I moved home because Mom died, and Dad said he needed support. I paid him more than his mortgage every single month for 18 months. You make good money, Vanessa said. We're struggling. You're struggling because you spend $600 a month on groceries you don't need and refuse to get a real job. My influencer business is a real job. Vanessa, you make $200 a month. That's not a business. That's a hobby. Girls, please, Dad said. He looked at Justin. What do we need to do to make this go away? Justin slid the settlement agreement across the table. You have two options. Pay back the full amount in installments, or agree to the conditions outlined in option 2. Dad picked up the paper. His hands were shaking. He read it. Then he looked at me. Emma, you want us to never contact you again? Unless it's through an attorney, yes. We're your family. You treated me like an ATM. We needed help, and I gave it. For 18 months, and instead of being grateful, you kicked me out of my room for Vanessa's ring light. Vanessa was crying now. I didn't know you were keeping track of everything. I wasn't. Not until you made it clear that my career didn't matter. That I didn't matter. Except for my paycheck. Dad put his head in his hands. We can't pay you back $31,000. Emma, you know we don't have that kind of money. Then sign option 2. You really want nothing to do with us? I looked at my father, at my sister, and I felt nothing. I want to be free. Silence. Then Dad picked up the pen Justin had placed on the table. If we sign this, you'll leave us alone? No court, no lawsuits? If you sign it and honor the terms, yes. He signed, handed the pen to Vanessa. She looked at me one more time. I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe it took me 18 months to do it. She signed. Justin notarized the document on the spot, made copies, gave one to Dad. Mr. Rodriguez, you have 60 days to refinance the house. Once that's complete, and Emma's name is removed from any association with the property. This matter is closed. Dad took the paper, stood up. I hope you're happy, he said to me. I hope you figure out how to pay your own bills. They left. Rachel came over and put her hand on my shoulder. You okay? I took a breath. Yeah, I'm okay. 3 months later, I'm sitting in my one-bedroom apartment in Tempe. I bought furniture from Facebook Marketplace. A couch, a kitchen table, a real bed frame. The company I work for gave me the promotion. The client presentation, despite Vanessa's interruption, had impressed them enough to overlook the chaos. I'm making $6,000 more a year, and I'm saving $1,100 a month by not paying my family's bills. Last week, I got a notification from the county recorder's office. Dad had refinanced the house. My name was officially removed from any association with the property. The settlement was complete. I was free. Yesterday, I got a text from an unknown number. Emma, this is Vanessa. I know I'm not supposed to contact you, but I wanted to say I'm sorry. I didn't realize how much you were doing. I'm working at Target now. Actually working. I hope you're doing okay. I stared at the message for a long time. Then I blocked the number. Not because I'm angry, but because I'm finally happy. And I'm not going back.